Good day, everyone. Welcome to Capital Recovery Center. My name is Mike. Today we're going to have another coffee and conversation. Welcome, everybody. If you're tuned in, just allow us a minute to be going to share. Y'all join in, and we got any announcements.
Recovery on Wheels is on Thursday, the 24th, and they're going to be showers, right, available.
Yes.
So bring them out to 700 East Landis Ave.
700 East Landis Avenue. And we also have Recovery Resource Fair. That's June 30th at
10 a.m.
10 a.m.
to 3 p.m.
to 3 p.m. here at 72 North Pearl Street. We have a lot of different resources that we will be have available for our participants, recoveries. Even if you aren't one of the recoveries or participants, you are welcome to come to the fair on June 30th here at 72 North Pearl Street. What else we got coming on? The re-entry
On June 24th, we got a reentry. We're going to be at the Rowan College of South Jersey.
Yes.
Here in Cumberland County. And that event going to be this Thursday, I believe.
Wednesday we will have Thursday will be this Thursday at the parking lot K.
And if anybody needs transportation,
Call us.
call us. There should be a number. There it is. Mike is on it right now. There's a number on the screen. Please give us a call if you need transportation. You know someone that needs transportation, reach out to us today and tomorrow so we can register you for transportation.
And yes, it's always awesome if you want to participate in any of the things that we're doing. Again, we have Recoveries on Wheels will be out on Thursday. We have the event on the 30th. Please just contact us, leave a comment, and we can link you up to all the services and the events that we have coming up this week and next week. The numbers on the screen. You can call us for transportation, and we're looking forward to all the things that we have in store.
Who are going to be some, we believe, some service providers going
Gateway.
to be Gateway. They're going to have a multiple level of services for mental health, and I believe also dealing with housing.
Yep. Utility.
We're going to have our one and only
Yep.
Sarah Williams,
Will be in the place.
housing coordinator of Cumberland County Human Services. She's going to be here as well. I believe someone from Volunteers of America may show up as well.
Different people will come in. So just remember, if you need transportation to any event, but our event we're going to have on June 30th at 10 o'clock here at 72 North Pearl Street is called the Resource Fair. Anything we got? Any walks coming up?
On Friday. Fridays are Walking Through Recovery at 11, and we meet at the center.
All right. So again, we want to welcome y'all to Capital Recovery Center. Today, this is our coffee and conversation. My name is Mike. This is Craig, and we have Miss Karen here. So today, we're going to be talking about the importance of a safe addiction recovery environment. We went over this before, but some people learn by repetition. I am one of the individuals who get things, the more I repeat it or the more that I go over it, it seems to stick with me. Everybody don't learn that way. So we're going to go through this today, and it's called The Importance of Safe Addiction Recovery Environment. We're going to start on the next page where it says on the back side, your recovery environment. Your current environment promotes using. Your current environment promotes using. It says the addiction is the center of the addict's, the person struggling with addiction's life, just as their brain is restructured to allow for addiction. The person struggling with addiction has built everything else in their lives around the addiction as well. This is so profound to me because I call it a world inside of a world. when you are struggling with a substance use disorder, everything in your life, when you're actually struggling with that substance use disorder, is catered around that. I need to be with the people who are using. I need to be with the people who's actually selling it. I need to be around the people who might give it to me. Everything in our lives, our environment, it promotes using because we tell our environment around things that are associated with it. We will never come out of that world inside of our world. I'm telling you from my own personal experience, that's when I got away from my substance use disorder, I got 12 years removed from it. And now some of the places that I used to go, I don't go no more. I try to develop my environment around, call it my turf. Whatever my turf is, that's where I feel comfortable.
And also there's a saying, like minds travel in like circles. And so what that entails is that if you're around people that's using and that you're using, you have a tendency to relate. You have a relatability to respond to that environment.
Yeah.
But we challenge you as recovery coach to step out of the box and, you know, be around some people that's not using. And I know it may be hard and difficult because they may be speaking some language that you're not accustomed to using and doing some things that you may not be accustomed to. However, when you get out of your comfort zone, me and Mike was talking about this yesterday. One of them, when I was in therapeutic community, the supervisor used to tell me, he said, sometimes you have to be uncomfortable
Yeah, you said
in order to be comfortable. And what that means is that when you are so complacent and living and doing things that you are used to doing, a lot of times we don't evolve. And so right now, I challenge you in your recovery walk to step out of your comfort zone and be around people or find some people or person that change your life. All right, enough said.
All right, man. Your current environment promotes using. It says all the people you see, places you go, and things you do have been set up around your addiction or your substance use disorder or your habit, whatever terminology you would like to use. Your environment is set up around that, like I just mentioned. All the reasons that cause you to start or keep your addiction are still hanging around in your old life. And all the triggers, the things or situations that have pushed you to relapse over and over again are still there. And I'm talking about your current environment promotes using. If all of those things are still there, they're going to promote you using some type of substance or some type of alcohol, whatever it might be. The environment is very important. You can't expect to overcome a substance use disorder if you're still living an addictive life. Living that way is one of the main things that has kept you addicted. It's why many recovering people struggling with addiction keep falling into relapse. I'm telling you, my environment was terrible. The people I hung around, whenever I would try to get clean or get away from the drugs, I would always, I don't know why I would do it. I now realize it, that when I would get clean, I'm born and raised in Atlantic City, but I was living in Bristol, New Jersey. I would get clean and go back to Atlantic City. And for some weird reason, I wanted them to see how well I was doing. But every time I did, I ended up coming home high. It did not work. But check this out. I was so conscious that I did that this last time when I got clean, I'll go to Atlantic City, but I go with people, or I don't go at night. I go visit and I'm out of there. I don't need them to see how well I'm doing now because I know that my environment that I put myself in promotes me using drugs. That's just me. All right, you can take over. Go to the next one.
Go to the next. All right. Your recovery environment needs less stress. Negative emotional states like stress, depression, and anxiety are major contributing factors to the addiction cycle. One of the first things that must be addressed when restructuring your life for recovery is how to properly handle stress. That is so key and so profound because a lot of times I hear people say, I'm suffering from a stress disorder. And so a lot of times people may have, whether they realize it or not, they may be having mental disorder. And that is something that a lot of people that deal with addiction lifestyle, they mask their mental illness. And so there's some times when anxiety and depression may be there. And so by them continuing to mask it with the substance abuse, a lot of times the mental factor is never addressed. And so those things have to be challenged and be addressed. We are not no doctors. We are not no, well, Mike is a clinician and
Not no medical.
not a medical one, but when it comes to treatment, but if there is issues that deals with or surround you with any type of anxiety, we will refer you or link you to those proper professionals.
All right, take a look at, you read that? Go ahead. Take a look at your life and determine what's your biggest source of stress are. That's very important. Put it in order. You can actually pinpoint where your biggest issues of stress come from. And the reason why it's very important, because if you can pinpoint where the stress comes from, I in my own life, I find out I have ways of dealing with my stress. But I first figure out what's causing the stress. Can I eliminate? That's one thing. You might be stressing over a financial situation. Can I eliminate that source of stress? It's very important. So you need to find out, take a look at your life and determine what's your biggest source of stress.
That's funny because I was asking myself that question as you were reading it. I was like, what if you can't eliminate that stress?
Yeah.
What do you do then?
Yeah. Right. And so hopefully we can share some of the ways that you can try to figure out to eliminate some of them stresses, because there's many stresses.
Yeah, and it's very important because honestly, a lot of people use substance use disorders or use drugs to try to eliminate stress. What I've learned, I didn't know it years ago, obviously, that the thing that I tried to use the drug to get me away from after I came down off the drug, it was still there.
Don't go away.
That's it. So I basically used my money, got high, destroyed my life, and whatever I was trying to get away from was sitting there like, hey, I'll wait for you when you get back, man.
Yeah, coping mechanism is very important for those of us that's in recovery. We have to find some tools.
I think that's on it. So.
Yeah, I was reading an event, so that's where I got that from. No, I'm gonna let Karen, if she would like to.
2 common sources of stress are taking on more work than you can handle, or procrastinating what needs to be done until work piles up. See what you can do to prioritize your life to avoid these stressors. Eliminate or delegate tasks where you can and take care of important tasks right away. Restructure your life to avoid as many stressors as you can. For stressors you can't avoid, learn effective de-stressing techniques.
It is. What are they?
Stretching, diaphragmatic breathing, meditation, and other mindfulness practices are helpful for handling stress. These gradually teach your physical body not to overreact to stress and how to calm down when stress shows up. Cognitive behavioral therapy can also help.
And one of these things, he says, restructuring your life to avoid as many stressors as you can. Stresses you can avoid. The things you can't avoid, you can basically do. It says, find different techniques to eliminate stressors. One of my techniques is my spiritual foundation. My stress reliever, for me, my spiritual foundation, I believe in, I'm a Christian, I believe in the word of the Bible as my source of inspiration and my word, the word of God. So when I'm stressed out, I actually go to that source. When I go to that source, I realize 2 things. I'm not God, and I can't change everything at once. So those two things I understand. There's one thing I can't control it, so I eliminate the stress by taking it off of me, casting it off of me, and putting it back onto my spiritual foundation, and realize that I can't change it all at one time. It takes time. Sometimes some things take process and it takes a journey to handle.
And also, one of the things I've learned over the years is to identify the things that are making you stressed out. And once you are able to identify them as they are and label them as stressors, then you can be able to take the appropriate steps to self-evaluate and then move on from there. And a lot of times there are stressors that we take on or may occur in our lives where we have to just step back and say, hold up, let me self-assess this situation appropriately and see how we can better improve on these stressful events. Now, in this article, it says cognitive behavioral therapy can also help. And so when we know cognitive is dealing with the mental. And so there is a technique that I learned over the years. It's called behavioral modification. Behavior modification was a technique that we used to use, which is called desensitization. When you feel yourself in a situation that is threatening, desensitize yourself from that situation. That's a mouthful right there.
Well, I want to type it out.
All right.
And how do you do that?
How do you do it?
A breathing. So there was a breathing exercise.
Oh, right here.
Right. And that was one of them that they made mention of. And also, a lot of times when you listen to calm music, it helps you to calm down. And that's what they call desensitization. Sometimes you may want to go somewhere where you can just close your eyes and relax your muscles.
A calm scene.
You been in that class too, man.
That's right. You brought it back to my remembrance.
That's right.
I remember being in some programs and they would tell us relax. They would have some very smooth type of water or whatever, and they say
imagine yourself
at a calm scene. And it actually used to work. I actually do that now. We have in our home a room where there's no phones, no clocks, no TVs. It's just couches and pillows and plants.
Wow.
It's nothing like you go in there, or if you're in that particular room, you really are supposed to be left alone. If I'm there, like don't talk to them, don't, you know.
That's nice.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. No TVs, no clock. Plants, a window. What's the window called? When it's like a bay window, I think. I don't know. But anyway,
Yeah. So those are some of the techniques that we want to share.
Right.
Some coping skills that we want to
And again, remember, this is Coffee and Conversation we're talking about here. And the next one is your recovery environment needs to be healthy. Somebody want to read that? I do it.
or healthier.
Healthier. I'm sorry. Needs to be healthier. Addiction causes stress is also perpetuated by an unhealthy lifestyle. Maintaining a good diet and getting 8 or 9 hours of sleep will significantly reduce your stress in your life. Exercise is excellent. I love exercise for promoting health and reducing stress. It releases endorphins into the body, which relieves physical and emotional pain that can lead to addiction. It can also help reverse changes done to the brain by the addiction. That's so good. You don't have to exercise as much as other individuals, but walking and running or doing some type of exercise, I believe, is very healthy. It relieves stress for me. Like I said, one of the things that I use to relieve stress, I said, is my spiritual foundation, putting all my effort and everything into my spiritual foundation. My next source of stress reliever is working out, going to the gym. No matter how I might be feeling, my body, I learned that if I work out, even though I might be stressing, my body benefits something good. So I'm like, man, hold on. So I basically changed, instead of stressing, I made a bit, my body benefited from it. But your environment or your recovery environment needs to be healthier.
And when it talks about dieting and getting proper rest or sleep. Now, a lot of times, one of the addictive people faced with addiction is too much sugar, too much caffeine. And so if you can eliminate some of that stuff out of your life, instead of getting let me put it in this way, a large coffee, get you a small coffee. Instead of putting all that sugar in it, put less sugar in it. And when it comes to, because sugar is a stimulant. And so what it does is it raise you up, and then it do what? Brings you down.
Crash,
dummy. You can learn a lot from it. Was a commercial.
It was a commercial like that. That was one of his favorites when he was growing up.
You can learn a lot from a
dummy.
So don't be a dummy. Be smart. Be actually, all jokes aside, be smart.
Yeah.
Get proper rest, because those of us who was living that lifestyles of addiction, we know what it means to be up all night, and what we used to call breaking day. And in the daytime, we don't do nothing but sleep. And so now it's the time to reverse that pattern of behavior. Get more proper rest and get more work done. All right? The next one, your recovery environment needs to be more supportive. Restructuring your recovery environment also means reorganizing the relationships in your life. As you create your new normal, your life needs to change completely. And the friends and family you keep in your life need to be understanding of that. And so that is so important. We all need a support system.
Support system, very big. Somebody type that in the comment section. Support system.
Support system. That's very
type
important.
That in the comment section.
Because
support system.
That is so important for those who are, whether they're coming out of addictive lifestyle or coming home from incarceration. There is a need for support.
Mm-hmm.
And so we here at Capital Recovery Center, we are like your support system, help you navigate through some of the barriers in life, and we are supportive in what we call empowerment. We want to empower you to be productive as much as possible.
And your support system, understand you need to surround yourself around who encourages you, and you need to mark the people who discourages you. When you're going through the process of changing your recovery lifestyle, you actually don't need nobody to keep telling you about all the bad you did and all the wrong you did, because you really don't need that. I used to tell people all the time, because everybody has a conscience. My conscious mind would let me know that all the stuff I was doing wrong was wrong. So I didn't need somebody to come on top of my own conscious mind saying, you need to stop this, you need to stop this, you need to stop this, because the more you told me to stop it, the more I did it, actually. So I just wanted to be a smart guy. So anyway, so you need recovery. Your recovery environment needs to be more supportive. Find out the people who encourages you, and try to distance yourself from those that discourages you, because trust me, recovery is not a one-time event. It's a lifelong journey.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lifelong journey.
You're talking that talk this morning, man.
It's coffee and conversation, man.
Oh, absolutely. That's right. Is there anybody out there who'd like to join in?
Any questions out there? Got any questions?
Or be a part of the conversation? Yeah, it's very important that you guys participate, because we love feedback. Feedback is what helps us grow.
That's right. And we appreciate everybody. And don't forget, this is Coffee and Conversation. We're here every Tuesday at 10 a.m. We are here every Tuesday at 10 a.m. We also have all recovery meeting every Thursday at 1 p.m. So just let us know, what does recovery mean to you? We want to ask those type of questions. And today we're talking about the importance of a safe addiction recovery environment. We probably won't get to all of it today. We'll finish some of it up on a later date. But at this time, we can move on. Where we at? Mr. Kevin Britt said, when you eat right, you get right. Good health brings wealth. He said, when you eat right, you get right. That's right, Mr. Kev.
I like that.
I like that. He said, when you eat right, you get right. That's a good one. Yeah. He says, good morning. When I first got clean, I had to look within myself. That's right. It's an inside job. That's one of my favorite things. He also said I had to get in an environment that I could grow mind, body, and soul. These are all good things. We appreciate all the comments that you guys are putting on in the comment section. We really enjoy all that. What else we got? Where we was at, Mr. David?
We're at the last one.
All right, let's do it.
Cameron, someone?
Where like
Your recovery?
Your recovery environment may need. Right there. Right there.
your recovery environment may need to be elsewhere.
Whoa! So you mean we gotta relocate? I gotta relocate.
And in many cases, the only way recovery is possible is by changing your location. For example, 15% of U.S. soldiers in the Vietnam War were addicted to heroin.
Whoa!
Once they were rehabilitated and sent home, only 5% relapsed into the addiction within the first year and only 12 after 3. That may be the highest success rate of addiction treatment ever recorded. What made it so successful? They were physically removed from their addiction environment and were replaced into a radically different recovery environment.
Shifting, changing places. I always tell people sometimes you have to change or relocate. I often ran into the issues of someone telling me how difficult it was to relocate, and I explained to them all the time they relocated to purchase drugs. It wasn't that difficult. All we had to do was find out where the new drug was or where was the most potent drug we wanted to get, and we went to that location. When we're in the recovery process, we always make things seem difficult. It's because it involves change, but it really is not that difficult. Your recovery environment may need to be elsewhere. When I relocated from Atlantic City, I was born and raised in Atlantic City. I relocated to Bristol. Now check this out. When I first moved to Bristol, I didn't use drugs immediately. Eventually, I found where the drugs were in Bristol that I was getting in Atlantic City, and I started using the drugs that I was doing in Atlantic City. Why am I saying that? Because even though you might change your environment and move elsewhere, if you don't change the person inside, eventually you're going to do the same thing in that time.
Mm-hmm. Well, John Miller said something up there.
I put it on the screen.
Oh, you did?
I did what was best thing I ever done. Stop smoking cigarettes. Congratulations, man. All right, Mr. John, that's a good one, man. I like that. That's what we did, man. I'm gonna put a couple more of y'all comments on the screen.
Change people, places, and things.
When you eat right, you get right.
When you eat right, you get right. Also, we have Mr. Kevin said you have to change people, places, and things. That's right. All of these things is very good. We appreciate all of the things that you guys have. You're participating in this online coffee and conversation. We will be here next week. And remember, today we were just talking about the importance of a safe addiction recovery environment. If you would like the handout that we were going over, just leave a number 5 in the comment section, and I will inbox you the link to where we got this material so you can go over it on your own time. So everybody, when you watch the video now or watch it later, if you would like the material that we are going over that's deal with the importance of a safe addiction recovery environment, I will inbox you a copy of it. With that, my name is Michael, one of your recovery coaches. What y'all got?
And also, this article is from DiamondHouseDetox.com.
Nice.
And so my name is Craig. I'm also one of the recovery coaches here. Y'all have a blessed week.
And I'm Karen, also a recovery coach.
All right, guys. We see you guys later. Thank you. Remember, You can tune in every Tuesday at 10 a.m. and we appreciate all of your support. Thanks for everything that you guys have done today. We see you guys later.
Happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday.